everyone. My name is Neha. I am currently pursuing my undergraduate in mechanical engineering from National Institute of Technology, Uttarakhand. I am applying for faculty position in Fitjee, and today I will explain my topic, which is mole concept from class 11 chemistry. So, first of all, I would like to tell you what is atom. So, atom is the smallest part of a molecule or element. When we say that hydrogen is an element, we say that we assume that hydrogen is made up of many smaller atoms which are indivisible and cannot be converted into smaller forms. These are called as atoms. Now, to understand the total structure of atoms, molecules and moles, we need to understand the topic of mole concept. So, the first thing we need to know about this is the Avogadro number. It was developed by Amido Avogadro, and thus the name was given as Avogadro, signifying the scientist who made it. It is represented by the physical quantity of Na. So the symbol of Avogadro number is Na, and it is a number which is 6.022 in 10 to the power 23. This means that this number, the name of this number is very specifically given as Avogadro number in the field of chemistry. Now, the second thing, what is a mole? A mole is a physical quantity which contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. This means that one mole contains one Avogadro number of particles. When we say we need one mole of atoms, this clearly means that it has 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. We can say that 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms make up one mole of atoms. Similarly, for molecules, we can say that one mole of molecules contain 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Now, N. Suppose you want to find out how many number of moles are there. For that, you have a formula. N. This is the number of moles. This is the number of moles. Its formula is N equals to, which is actual number of the element. This means that actual mass of the element is written here, and it is divided by the Avogadro number. So you can understand it is the actual number of units of the element which are required to find out the number of moles. When it is divided by Avogadro number, we get how many moles we have. For this concept, you also need to know about the atomic mass. Mass of one atom is known as atomic mass, which is one atom. So it is represented as 1 AMU. For example, when we have to measure a distance, we measure it with the help of kilometer. But when you have to measure the atomic mass, you have to measure it with the help of 1 AMU. This means this is the SI unit of atomic mass. It is derived through mass of protons and mass of neutrons. As you know, in an atom, most of the mass is comprised of the protons and neutrons. Thus, the mass of protons and neutrons is added together to form the atomic mass. Now, I will tell you how to calculate the atomic mass of molecules. For example, molecular mass of molecules. For that, we have to multiply it by the number of elements as well as the mass of each element. For example, see in H2O, you have two atoms of H. This means that you have to multiply by the atomic mass of hydrogen. The atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. For that, you will multiply it by 2 as it has two molecules. Then you will add it to the molecular mass of oxygen. Oxygen has 1 atom, so you multiply it by 1 only. When you take the total sum, you will see that 2 into 1 plus 16 into 1 equals to 18. So 18 is the molar mass of H2O. Okay? In the same way, for bigger elements, you just have to simplify it into simpler elements and multiply by each of its elemental mass. NH4 to SO4 can see as there are two molecules of NH4. So 2 into 14 is the atomic mass of N. So 14 into, and again as I told you, the H is 1 AMU. So 14 into 1 plus 1 into 4 plus the molecular mass of S is 32. So you can see 32 here, and O. Again O has atomic mass of 16. So 16 into 4. You can add all this together to find the molecular mass of NH4 to SO4. Now I will solve the question so that you can understand it easily. Number of atoms in 18 gram of H2O. In 18 gram, as we saw, the molecular mass of H2O is 18. This means that one molecule of H2O contains 18 AM. So now number of atoms in 18 gram of H2O. As we know, for the number of moles, you will find out, you will divide it by molar mass by given mass. As the given mass is 18 gram, as you can see, 18 upon 18. This means 1 mole. In 18 gram of H2O, you actually have 1 mole. After this, it is asking number of atoms. You have to read the question very carefully in such cases because they are very confusing sometimes. So as I said, it has 1 mole. Each mole contains 3 atoms. So total you can understand 3 moles of atoms, you can understand, as I told you, contains into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. So now you can see that it actually has 3 into Avogadro number atoms in 18 gram of H2O. Now I will tell you what is a balanced reaction. A balanced reaction is a reaction which has equal number of elements in both sides of the equation. For example, now you will see what is an unbalanced reaction. H2 plus O2 gives H2O. You can see there are two molecules of H2O. There is 1 molecule of O2. This means that there are two O atoms. But here on the right side you can see there are, although the number of hydrogen is balanced because it is 2 on both the sides, but as you can see that it has only 1 O in the right side but 2 O's in the left side. So we will call this as unbalanced reaction. How will we make this balanced reaction? So for converting it into balanced reaction, you will have to compensate for the number of O's. For example, H2 plus O2 plus H gives H2O. You can see that you are missing O's, so you will multiply it by 2 in the right side. Now the number of O's is balanced. It has 2 O's this side as well as this side. But now when you will check again, you will see that the number of H is not balanced again. So again you will multiply it by 2. So 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2. This is your balanced reaction. Okay? Next, in the same manner, CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. As you can see, there is 1 C atom. There are 4 C atoms, but there is only 2 H atoms here. So it is getting unbalanced again. Again you will see that O2 has 2 atoms of O, but here there are 3. So when you will balance it, you will see that it will come in this way. CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2. 1C, 4H, 4O, 4O. In this way you can balance it. Now we will know how many moles of hydrogen and oxygen gas are required to produce 3 moles of H2O. So for solving such questions, first of all you need the reaction. You know the reaction, which is H2 plus O2 gives H2O. always remember that you need balanced reactions for such question. This is not a balanced reaction as I explained earlier. Now we know the balanced reaction as well. 2H2O, 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2. Now as it is said, how many moles of hydrogen required to produce 3 moles of H2O? For producing, you can see that for producing 2 moles of H2O, we need 1 mole of O2. From the reaction you can understand this, that you need 1 mole of O2 to produce 2 moles of H2O. Now it is asking you have to produce 3 moles of H2O. So simple binary method, simple unary method, you will know that 3 moles of H2O, for producing 3 moles of H2O, you will need 1 by 2 into 3 moles of O2, which is 1.5 moles of O2. So for producing 3 moles of H2O, you need 1.5 moles of O2. Now for producing 2 moles of H2O, you need 2 moles of H2. This means for producing 3 moles of H2O, you will again need 3 moles of H2. So for producing 3 moles of H2O, you need 1.5 moles of O2 plus you need 3 moles of H2. So now I have explained you the concept of mole concept as well as some part of stoichiometry. So now you can see that you can link all this and